Footy on 9 is where you'll get your most comprehensive previews of season 2020, and this man, the chief football writer of the Age newspaper, giving us a helping hand. This time looking at a club that, I don't know, a little surprisingly, a lot of people have already penciled in as wooden spooners, Fremantle.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's that dire, but look, they're a team in a rebuild, a transition. As some older players go out, younger players go in. I think that they've lost Brad Hill, which will hurt them. And as we speak, they don't have Jesse Hogan, of course, for reasons that are quite complicated. I would say this for Fremantle though, they went in with their eyes open. So they knew the risks of getting Jesse with some of the issues off field that he'd had and some of the injuries he's had, because he's also had significant navicular bone injury, which is not an easy injury to get over. So the combination of things. But having said that, it's key forwards are very, very difficult to get. And I suppose they also knew, Fremantle also knew, and Ross Lyon was coach at the time, they knew that he was, that Melbourne were really pushing him out the door. They were aware of that, but they still went ahead and did it.
All right, you say key forwards are pretty hard to get. Any key position player is pretty hard to get. Let's have a look at their ins and outs. How have they fared?
Well, they're pretty modest on the ends. They brought in Blake Acres from St Kilda, which helped St Kilda do their endless number of trades. And of course, James Aish from Collingwood, which really, the Pies needed to get some money out, I think, and possibly get a draft pick, somewhat of a draft pick in. The outs are more significant though, Tony. If you look at Brad Hill, I mentioned earlier, he's a very good player, their best ball carrier, other than of course his brother Stephen. And Ed Langdon, who's also got a real turn of speed and was coming through as a good player. They're the main players. Hayden Ballantyne and Aaron Sandilands have retired, but they were very much spent forces in terms of what they were able to do. And of course, they delisted Harley Bennell, but he never played for them. So you can't say he was a loss. He was there for 3 or 4 seasons, but nothing ever happened.
In terms of their draft picks, very hard not to get excited when you've got 3 in the top 10.
Yeah, and Hayden Young, their first pick, is a very good ball user from behind the ball. I think we'll see him play. Some clubs rated him as high as 2 or 3 in the draft. You will see him this year. Caleb Sarong, pick 8. Again, I believe he'll play. And I think Justin Longmuir, as an incoming new coach replacing Ross Lyon, will give the young talent a fair amount of exposure at senior level.
You mentioned Justin Longmuir. I'm going to ask you now, who is under the pump at Freo? Is it him?
No, I think it's Cam McCarthy, the key forward. I mean, Hogan's grounded at the moment. He gets his chance. He must be on his last chance, I'd say, to stand up, kick some goals, take some marks, and perform at a level of a genuine key forward. Otherwise, I think he'll be done.
We've painted a picture of gloom and doom. There must be an improver.
Adam Chera, I think, is a very talented player. The other one, of course, is Andrew Brayshaw, but I would say Chera is the more talented player of those two, and he could really light it up this year in the midfield. And by the way, they've got a guy called Nat Fyfe. We haven't mentioned him. And he doesn't have to improve, Tony. If he just gets out on the park, they're very, very competitive. But they're a team going for a younger group with Fyfe as the building block, and of course, Sonny Walters with him as well, who's also a star.
Do you subscribe to those who suggest that Freo are wooden spoon material?
No, I don't. I've got them as a bottom 5 team. I think they've got a home ground advantage. They've got enough talent and enthusiasm to win more games than that, but I don't think they'll be anywhere near the 8.
The Age chief football writer Jake Niall joining us here on Footy on 9. Don't forget to check out all the previews on 9 now. And for all the latest footy news, just log on to wwos.com.au. See you soon.